everyone, it's Zadira, and I'm here on Genesis 2. Not Genesis 1, but Genesis 2. And we are so excited. We're playing on a different server than in our previous episodes. We decided we needed to find a server where we weren't crashing so often. So we found the Survivor Club. And all of the information will be down below if you need to know anything about the Survivor Club. Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. Genesis 2 is really an amazing DLC that ARK put out, their final one. And Steffi and I and Colt are playing here on this server as we have the Mystic Mayhem group going. And we built a house and a barn. So I wanted to do a little tour of that today. So let's go over and see. It's right there behind me. Actually, this is the same spot we were on the other server. We loved it so much that we decided just to come back here. And you can see it's well protected. There's no danger. There's no Argents would be the only thing that would be a problem. No flying animals. So there's the house. Steffi put up this really cool sign. We're building with a mod called HG Build. And it has this fun sign in it. It says, "Welcome to the home of Mystic Mayhem. Join us on YouTube." And that gives the YouTube and our Twitch name. Isn't that fun? Steffi put that on here as a surprise for me. And I thought that was so much fun. So you can pretty much name it anything. I will be talking a lot about this HG build. That is an amazing mod. And for Genesis 2, it's perfect. Now on this server right now we don't have any decoration mods, so we didn't have any build mods except for the HG build until yesterday, and the owner did add in Castle Keeps and Forts, so we're excited. Oh, we're so excited, and we will be building with that next. But for now we didn't have any decorating or anything, so we kind of had to do it the old-fashioned way. And so we were kind of excited to build an old-fashioned ARK house and barn. So this is the outside deck. Steffi made it so pretty so that we could sit out and have this beautiful view of the waterfall and the river below us and all of the wildlife walking around. She put us out little lounge chairs. I'm going to go ahead and do off my backspace. She put out little lounge chairs, and then we have these little benches over here for the fire pit where we can sit out at night and have s'mores. Okay, and then if you go in the house, it's got this beautiful entry hall. Isn't this awesome? And we put an artifact here in the middle. This is our kind of our centerpiece for walking into our hallway, our entry. And if you look on the side, it says, "Welcome to the Mayhem." Yes. And Mystic Mayhem was formed in a game called Free Realm, so we always like to put up our pictures of Free Realm's characters that were special to us. And then over here is the mirror. That doesn't work. That's an art mirror. Isn't that cool how Steffi designed all that? Let's see, I don't know if we need to go ahead and tab up just a little bit, gamma up maybe to 3. Because the wood, the reason I don't like to build with the ARK original walls and things is because it's so dark. But it just seems dark. So this is our living room if you go to your left. And we're utilizing these amazing tech animals. And Steffi made a display of a Stegosaurus. We have these beautiful colors and beautiful tech animals on the map on Genesis 2. There's a world map of Genesis 2, and we have our desk. Don't have a lot of decorations, but Steffi figured out some for us to use. And then we can sit in front of the cozy fire. We have our blueprints and our storage box on either side of the fireplace. It's so warm and cozy. She fixed this little thing. Oops. Please remain seated during the entire performance. And it's a bathroom. That's awesome. And so then if you go over here to the right, you'll find the kitchen. And it's really a nice kitchen. These are all HG build items So it fits in with Genesis 2 really well, being so spacey and being out in space. But this is the refrigerator. This is the dye maker cooker, and it does make dye and all your kibble. This machine is a converter, and you can convert your organic polymer into regular polymer and things like that. So that's really good. Here's our water fountain. We showed that in that last episode, and that's super fun. You can turn it into a Coke machine if you want. And then here's our table where we're preparing all our feasts. We have immersive taming on the server. So this is our bait, places where you can create your bait for the immersive taming. Oh, I love that mod. And then this is our kitchen garden. You can actually access the garden from the kitchen. You can go ahead and get your corn and potatoes and lemons and all of your things that you want to eat. And then you can prepare them in your fancy kitchen. We found us 3 feather lights. Let me put on my backspace to make sure, but this is Flora. We found 3, so we named the Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather after the little good fairies. And they're good at giving us extra light at night. So we liked having those. And if you carry them on your shoulder at night, if you don't want to use gamma, they put out light also. Now these plants, this was really interesting. I'm not even sure where I got the seeds, but I got them somewhere on this server, I think. I'm pretty sure. And if you plant these, they are very helpful for gachas. And we didn't even know this at the time. We also got this Tek crop plot in a light. And so we thought, well, we'll put this here. That looks really cool. These crop plots may not look exactly like you know, but because they're the high-tech, the HG high-tech crop plots, they're very nice. Everything about HG is just really very well done. Anyway, these plants, these are the, which plants are these? I want to make, plant species Y. I did not know this, but if you feed these traps that you get from these plants to your gachas, they'll give you better loot. I did not know that. And we planted 3 of these just because we think they're so pretty. So that worked out really well. I'll show you the gachas here in a minute. So if you go in the rest of the house, you go this way, and here we have the dining room. It's all nicely decorated and ready for a big old feast. So that's very fun. And then you have the area. Here's some more pictures that Steffi put up on. These are just normal canvases that you get with Arc, and you use a paintbrush. Let's turn off our backspace again. Here's one. I love this one. It's a birdhouse. Isn't that pretty? And then Steffi made this little area with that trike. We found that trike right outside our door. And then you go up the stairs. Isn't that pretty? What a lovely picture. And there's a little Cupid. This is a kind of a little, just a little entryway. And here is, I think this is, let's see, fauna, maybe. Let's put our backspace on. Fauna, yeah. That's fauna. She lights up this area of the house. And this thing is, there's a new thing with Arc. It is an actual Arc. It's not a mod. It's a tech surveillance console. We haven't quite got it yet. We might do a video on it once we get it set up. You put cameras around and you can actually see things. Like when I show you the gachas, it might be good to have a camera up there to be able to check on the gachas. Something like that. That's what that's for. And then we have our 2 bedrooms. Colt has a bedroom here. Now these are also going back to our Free Roams characters. Colt was a cute little pixie. And then Steffi and I, those are our pictures of our characters in Free Realms. So she put pictures above our doors. And here's Colt's little bedroom. He's sleeping. We have to be quiet. And it's all set up for Colt. His favorite colors are blue and black. So Steffi painted that for him. And then here's our bedroom. We have our United States flag, and we have a little table and a chair to put on our makeup. It's just so fun. Oh, Steffi put up a little picture of butterflies on my side. And she has a diva. Oh boy. That's awesome. All decorated with our favorite colors. All right, so that's the upstairs of the house. And now we'll go outside and show off the barn. Go out this way. And there's our barn. This is workshop slash barn, I guess. Here's our teleporter area that we can teleport to. There's the back end, the front end of the greenhouse where we enter from the outdoors. This is our feeding trough, and again, it's HG. This is our trash can. It's an incinerator. Anything you put in there instantly gets trashed, so that's good. So you come into the barn, and on the left, this big open area is our little place for nursery. And we can hatch eggs and have baby dinos in here. And Steffi's decorated it all up with such cute little pictures. Here's Mary Poppins. She's our nanny. She'll watch over our babies as they're being taken care of. This is our saddle box in case we need saddles for once the babies grow up. And this is Merryweather. So fun. This is the new egg incubator. Oh my gosh, guys, if you have not checked this thing out, it's just awesome. It's just awesome. We'll just definitely have to do a video on that. So on the right hand side of the barn, you come in here, and this is all our work crafting area. And most of this is HG. This is the workbench that you get with HG build to begin with, and that starts giving everything else. You have to eventually make this replicator, and with the replicator you can make pretty much anything in Ark. So that works out really well. This fancy forge is so much smaller than the industrial forge for Ark. And this is the grinder. All the stuff we need. Oh man, let me show you. If you look in here, let's see if I can find anything easily. If I go to electrical, if you go to HG and then electrical, see all this stuff? This is all the stuff you could do. That's the cooker. There's a chemistry bench, a sleeping pod, there's the trash can, the generator, a tech radar, feeding trough, refrigerator, a bumblebee, that's really cool. And there's the air conditioner. Anyway, we're not gonna, we need to do a complete video on all HG build mod. It's one mod and it's all contained within that mod. These are the really cool storage, and you can create and craft these signs separate and use these signs throughout your base. I stuck them on the tops of the storage boxes so that we could easily at a glance see. You can kind of see just by looking at see how the gun is highlighted and the ammo is highlighted, because this is weapons and ammo. See, the helmet is highlighted, so you can see that that's armor. And then this is structures, so you can see down at the bottom that foundation is highlighted, so you can kind of tell at a glance what things are, but the signs help. And each one of these is just, it's got, I believe 300 slots. Let's see here. I believe each one has 300 slots, yes. And so it takes a while to fill it up. You can also graduate to dedicated storage, and that's a whole nother thing. For each resource you can have a storage box, and it all is pick up everything. If you drop anything out of your inventory, it all goes to these boxes. It's just truly amazing. This is the blueprints. We're starting to thinking about doing the castle, keeps, and forts. So those are those work tables. This is the Better Dino, I believe. Let's do our backspace. Better Dino workbench, and it's pretty much a smithy, or it can be a preserving bin if you have that mod. It's the Better Dino mod. So that's the workshop crafting area, and then you go upstairs, and up here is really big open space. And right now we're not using it for much, except these things. I don't know if you guys have seen these or not. These are the new Loadout. They're called Loadout Mannequins. And at first I was like, I don't really understand what the need is of that. But on our server, we have a cluster where we can go to different maps. I've got my Loadout mannequin set up. It's called Zadira's Adventure Closet, because you can name it yourself. And it has everything I want to take to a different server, to a different map. So how that works is you go up to it, and I want to swap all. So I just put everything I have from Genesis 2 on, and then swap all again, and I am ready for an adventure. How about that? Isn't that the coolest thing? I love that. So if you can have a loadout mannequin set up for anything, like for boss battles, or if you know you're going to go on a big fight against the enemy or whatever. You could have the loadout mannequin set up to do that. So I want to swap all again, and see, it takes everything out of my toolbar. You can do specifically just toolbars if you want, and then swap out again. So I'm back in my Genesis gear. Let me show you. It shows like, here's swap all, here's just filling the dummy, just pulling the dummy, and then loadout options. That's the hotbar, and that's the equipment. That's what you're wearing, and then that's the inventory. So you can take just those items or just put back in those items. So it really is neat. I just love it. I just want to be able to leave all my science fiction stuff here and be ready to go. So that is the barn part. If you go out here, you see we don't have a lot of danger. We do have the occasional raptor and a problem with trikes coming on down. We fixed it so that the barn is up against this canyon wall here. But over here there was a space, so trikes kept wandering down, and if they have babies, we have the mod called I can't remember. I'm not going to say. I'll put it down in the listing below. But they can have babies on your server, and it's so much fun. But if you get near one of those babies, that mama gets mad. So we get the occasional baby, and it's not good. So I put this up. We just got this. This is in the Castle Keeps and Mods. So this is our gate that kind of protects us coming in to our area for where we live. Here are the other two flowers that I said I planted. Like I say, I planted them just because I think they're so pretty for decoration. But we ended up needing them for the gacha. So let me show you where we put the gachas. This is so cool. Time we put our garden up here on the other server, but we decided this was a perfect place for the gachas. And this is Ozzy and Harriet. We got but this is such a cool thing. This is the HG Tek high-tech gacha feeder. And so this protects our gachas, because let me show you. I can show shield, and they actually have a shield over them. So I don't have to worry about any animals falling down from higher up, or like coming around this way. That some animals could come around from that direction. So they're protected up here. I just think that's amazing. And then, so we want to hide the shield, but you can see it's set up for feeding options, and then you can set it to what you want to feed them. And this says in the description, let's see if it says it here. It says it feeds gachas, it collects Y traps from the crop plots, the gacha crystals. So look, it's already, look at all this stuff. This is just not very long at all, just pretty much from the time we've been talking, because I emptied this out not too long ago. And so it's picking up the crystals, it's opening them, it's cracking them, and it's also getting the traps. I put this metal in here to feed, so it's feeding the metal, and it's also cracking open the traps, and it's cracking open the crystals, and it's pulling from those Y plants down there. It's pulling the traps out of those as those create them. So they say that if you feed your gachas Y traps and metal, you'll get the best stuff once you get them leveled up in crafting. So that worked out so great. Oh my gosh. So anyway, okay guys, I think that will end this little video for today. I do appreciate each and every one of you very, very much. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you came along. Leave your comments, likes, subscribe, all that good stuff down below, and I will put all the information that you need and the Discord and everything about our server. It's just so much fun. And thank you, Soapy, for being so. Bye for now.